Everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to the Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. What's going on? Good morning. We have S&P's up 8, Dow's up 89, NASDAQ up 19. Things kind of sold off a little bit. NASDAQ was up like 60 points a little bit ago, and Dow was up like 150. Rob, what's going on? Imagine anything. Mateus, Jeff, how are you doing? Running a little bit behind today. Trevor, what's going on? Good morning. So got a couple of positions open right now. We also had Twitter earnings this morning. Let me try to get those numbers real quick. Twitter's up, as you can see right here, up about $3, almost 10%. So let's waiting for this UPS debit spread to be max gain. Good luck, man. Max gain on debit spreads are tough. Twitter reported earnings, fourth quarter 2019 Thursday. Missed analyst estimates for earnings per share, but beat revenue and active user expectations. So let's see here. Where do they come in at? EPS 25 cents versus 29 cents. Revenue 1.01 billion versus 996 million. So I think it's their first time over $1 billion. Active users, monthly active users, 152 million versus 147.5 expected. So that being said, I'm a short Twitter. So let me show you what we got here. Show what we have here. So Twitter, I have on a call spread. I'm short the 32 call and long the 34 call. So going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I got in credit yesterday. I got 98 cents in credit for Twitter. So that's not great. So, you win some, you lose some. I'm currently up on NASDAQ futures. We made some money on Disney yesterday. Looking for a bounce on Disney today. Disney is chilling right now at 141, so that's how I'm doing. Qualcomm also. Qualcomm was they beat earnings, but then they dropped during the conference call. I don't know. Does anyone have any information on what they said during the Qualcomm conference call? Trying to get their earnings. Let's try to get their earnings here. Come on, earnings bot. Come on, earnings bot. Okay, I'll have to find Qualcomm earnings later, but they lowered their guidance on Qualcomm. So they had that deal. Qualcomm had that deal with Apple. Pushed them up. I thought it was going to be pushed up to like 95, 96 area. And here we are at 88. Close at 90. So not terrible. I don't think it's going to be too big of a loser. I'm long Qualcomm. I'm short the 92 put and long the 90 put. So we'll see what happens with Qualcomm. But so far, 2 earning trades, not great this morning. But we'll make it back. We're doing well on NASDAQ right now, up 40%. I did this very small position. Whenever I'm up like 40 or 50% on something, I'm like, why'd I go so small? But in the case for Twitter and Qualcomm, glad that I went small, Yo, Jesse, what's going on? If you're here right now, say what up. Hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. If you're looking to get paid today, comment get paid. How do you feel about Microsoft? Bill Gates is so awesome. I don't think Bill Gates doesn't have anything to do with Microsoft really anymore. But Microsoft, I mean, Microsoft's going to be probably the winner of 2020. You know, they keep beating expectations. It moves slow, but now it's been getting some pretty good momentum. So this may rip over 200 soon. You know, would not be surprised. Microsoft is powerful. I mean, with Office 365, they're unstoppable. Now with Windows 10, I mean, Windows 10 is the most deployed software in the world. I mean, where can you go wrong? And now that Windows 7 is dead, they're going to be pushing everyone. They're obviously pushing everyone to Windows 10. I mean, everyone has to upgrade because they're not getting security patches anymore. So, you know, I'd look for a little dip and get long. I mean, it ran from 160 to 184 like nothing. But then again, the market has been nuts. You know what I mean? Like, the market literally has been crazy. Sonny, what's going on? HD and NVIDIA. Luis, what's going on? Looking forward, putting credit spread on NDX. Nice. So I mean, I think Microsoft's gonna be the winner 2020. They were off to a very slow start in 2019, pretty much plateaued, even though they were having really good earnings. And I think it's just the growth is catching up to them, you know. Yeah, Sonny, let's look at HD. HD, I mean, the housing market, so Home Depot, the housing market is on fire. I haven't been trading it. I usually do trade Home Depot, but I've been staying out of like my usual tickers. I'm gonna see what happens here at like 239. If it could bust through like 240, I'll be looking to put on probably a debit spread. They have earnings when February 25th, so they have earnings in a few weeks. So NVIDIA. Yeah, I've been staying away from anything like China related. So NVIDIA, they get a lot of revenue from China, but we'll see what happens. Last night, I don't know if you guys saw that China's going to cut tariffs on U.S. goods in half. So I think Trump won the trade war. Can't believe it, but he did. So I'm just gonna see what happens if it can bust through like the 260 area on Nvidia as well. I mean, Nvidia has been the buy the dip play for a while. Even though as Nvidia's dips are scary, you buy the dip. Pretty much any stock right now you can buy the dip, except for Tesla. I don't know. So here's the China news from last night. So this came out last night. U.S. goods will be cut from 10% to 5% and from 5% to 2.5% on others, according to a statement from China's Ministry of Finance. The adjustments will take effect from 1:01 p.m. on February 14th. It said, without specifying which time zone it is referring to. The statement said the move was made in order to advance healthy and stable development of China-U.S. trade. The question is, why would China do this? What was their plan? They just want to have, or is China's numbers so bad that they want to cushion the blow? You know what I mean? Nando, what's going on, Mason? So I think China's trying to get ahead of something with this. Not sure what. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but it was just random. So we literally have had no trade news since the Phase 1 deal was signed, and then all of a sudden last night they said, hey, we're gonna have the tariffs on $75 billion worth of U.S. goods. So they must be trying to get ahead of something. You know what I mean? WWE. So WWE. Yeah, GILD. I'll look at that, Jesse. But WWE, I've never seen, so like growing up, a lot of my friends were into wrestling and the action figures and the whole thing. And honestly, I never understood the appeal. I never got it. Like, I like wrestling. Like, as the Olympic sport and regular wrestling as a sport, but wrestling entertainment I never understood from like all the acting and like, so I never got it. But I mean, so for me, I'm not surprised that their stock is doing poorly. I'm actually surprised their stock was even is even this much, but I just never I was never entertained. I was always like, well, all this stuff is made up, and I have no interest in like make believe wrestling. Like if you're gonna watch people wrestle, watch them wrestle competitively, not like scripted. You know, like would you watch a football game if the entire football game was scripted, or basketball or baseball? And that's the way that I feel for WWE. I mean, people, Boris. I mean, I don't think it's a. I mean, I get the wrestlers. I mean, they take a huge amount of risk. People have lost their lives on WWE. I mean, they work hard. I'm not saying anything about their work ethic, how much they have to do to get in shape, the pain that they feel. I'm sure it's real, but I just don't understand the whole thing. I don't understand it. So I just stay away from WWE. Boris, don't disrespect my sport. But is it a sport? Or is it entertainment? Right? WWE, not WWS. Just saying. I'm not trying to get it. I'm not trying to hate anyone's thing. But I'm just saying I never understood the appeal. So, but for me, I'm not surprised. Yo, Colin, what's going on? So GILD, Jesse, let's get it. So they had earnings, but they were flat. I haven't actually traded them in a long time, but their stock. I mean, this looks really great for options trading. Actually, if you can stomach it, you know what I mean. Like this stock looks very good. You know, it's kind of like Square, where it has nice big swings. I think this GILD. So GILD, I mean, it's a good chart for options trading. I don't know what the liquidity is on these things, but probably pretty good. Yeah, pretty decent. People trade these. But they were flat. They were flat for earnings. So for me, I mean, if you're just following the trend, so right now this chart is very range bound, right? So 62 to 68 basically. So when you get 68, you get short. So if it pops up to 68, you look to get short. Get long to 68. Pops back down to 62, look to get long. I mean, this chart is an options trading chart right here. WWF, yeah. I'm not. Hey, all my friends. I like the video games. The video games are fun. Why is Qualcomm going down? I think they lowered guidance, Boris. So looking to lose some money on Qualcomm as well. Qualcomm. We'll see. Thankfully, on Qualcomm and Twitter, I have next week's expiration, so I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything today unless I get assigned for some reason. Yeah, I've been giving myself more time just to because you can be wrong. You can be wrong. I've been doing pretty good. Also, Peloton, I was right on. I was looking to short it, but I couldn't get a fill yesterday. I tried for like 20-25 minutes, a bunch of different contracts, strikes, a bunch of different pricing, and they were pretty much like, in terms of option sellers, they were really trying to screw the option seller because they were offering it at a much lower rate in terms of risk and reward ratio. Like I couldn't get a 1-to-1 risk ratio for the life of me, and it's been a long time since. I think that's how you pronounce Peloton. Is it Peloton? Something like that. I don't know. It's a rich people's bike, right? But anyways, I knew they were going to do poor. I think they're going to come back down to like the 26 area. I mean, they IPO'd. I mean, Peloton. Yeah. something like that. Peloton. I think you gotta say it with like you gotta say it with like your pinkies up, like Peloton. Anyways, doesn't matter if you don't make money. So that's where they're at. So where I wanted to get in, I wanted to sell some premium in there, but I just couldn't get a good risk to reward ratio, and now we know why, because the calls were garbage. So I didn't get in. But I did get NASDAQ. I did buy some NASDAQ futures contracts, so we're currently up on that a little bit. Like I said, Disney, we're looking to get Bellatin. So we'll see what happens here. S&P's back, Dow's back up to 100, S&P's up to 10, and NASDAQ up 24. I bought NASDAQ yesterday because it was down. NASDAQ was the laggard yesterday, so I bought it. Let's see what Apple's doing this morning. Apple's up a little bit. I can't believe how fast we're going up. You know what I mean? I know we had like the coronavirus sell-off. We had a 600-point down day, but like if you look at SPY, I mean, we made all-time highs yesterday. You know, it's just crazy how quickly that reversed. People were playing this chart where like, okay, we're making lower high. Just kidding. We're gonna rip their faces off and just buy this dip here. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we can't go negative. So we SPY started the year at, well, it closed 2019 at 321, and we dipped to 320, and they said we can't let 2020, it's an election year, go red. We're gonna rip this up. You know what I mean? Like this is not happening. Even though, you know, we had a run, but it doesn't matter what happened in 2019. 2019 books are closed. So now we're starting, so basically SPY has to be up above 320, 321, 320 area to not be red on the year for 2020, and we dipped red on the year. We gave up all of January's gains in a couple days, and then they ripped it right away from the bears, and here we are. You know what I mean? Renji, what's going on? PRFT? Ariana, what's going on? You gotta take it easy. How do you concentrate smoking so much? So PRFT options are not very liquid. So like for me, and they have for $50 stock, they have $5 wide strikes. I probably, if you want to trade this, let's see, if you want to trade this, it's primarily just stock. You know, you could buy some calls and stuff, but you're not going to get very good pricing on them. So I mean, for me, if I was gonna trade this, I mean, a nice trend, if it was for me, I would just buy stock. I mean, it keeps going up. Priorities. You gotta concentrate on your plays. Alibaba, I can't believe either. Let's see, Alibaba, Chinese stocks probably having a little bit of an uptick here. Man, it went from 204 to 228 in a week. I didn't expect the Chinese stocks to rebound that much. I was looking at FXI as well. I was gonna buy the dip on FXI because it dipped around here like the 39 level, and it's been 39 levels good bounce territory, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna revisit 37, but the coronavirus news has really subsided. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't think that the situation has gotten any better, but the coronavirus news has really subsided, and it's really helped out the overall market. So I don't know. I mean, I know there's people. I know there's like a couple cruise ships that they're not letting people get off of with coronavirus, and I think it was in the news. What was it, this morning or last night, that the first baby was infected, tested positive for coronavirus, only 30 hours old. So I don't know. Nobody knows, but the news isn't talking about it anymore. So if the news doesn't talk about it, it doesn't happen, right? That was sarcasm, by the way. It's just, when people get into stock market, stocks, and financials, they have really good intentions. Like when you first started trading, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna trade the numbers, and I'm going to, oh, this company made a profit, and then 2 years later, like, oh, screw the numbers. What's happening? What's happening? Who's trying to screw me in the market? What billionaire is trying to short what? Who did what to who? And it becomes this all this drama gets unleashed. You know what I mean? Like, it's not because, things have good numbers and stuff, but now as you trade, you realize that you realize, let's look good. What's on the front? So, what's on the front is Riviera Maya Tequila Party. That's where my mind's at. So basically, if you guys been trading options for a while, I know you're not soft. So congrats, you're not soft. People, I've known there's been a lot of people have come and gone in the UVH group, and for good intentions, bad intentions, or whatever the case is. But there's a lot of people, when things get hard, they start making money, and when things are easy, like right now, we're not having any down days, things are good, people are making money. But then when things get hard, they quit right away. They're like, oh yeah, forget it wasn't for me. And trading's hard, so you gotta be tough. You can't be soft. Yo, Kelly, what's going on? So we need to be a gossip in order to be successful? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you realize that the stock market is deeper than just companies reporting numbers. You know what I mean? I'm just saying there's a lot of drama. And then there's like, you may have a good position, and then the Wynn Resort sex scandal happened, and you got screwed. You know what I mean? And all because some dude was sleeping with somebody else. Had nothing to do with the company. Had nothing to do with the employees. It all had to do with the CEO doing what he's doing. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, Boris. Not that, it's just, buy puts today? Are you sure, Kelly? Danielle, they're not part of the 1%. Yo, Shri Pradhan, what's going on? What's up? You realize Trump tweets have market-changing impact over earnings reports? Yeah, and then you have Trump tweets about Amazon dips. I mean, this thing's crazy. Things are nuts. You got, what was it? 2 years ago, Elon Musk said he's going to take the company private. The stock went crazy. As you guys know, Tesla, let's see what Tesla's doing right now. Ooh, broke 700, 692. Told you we should get those 500 puts for a year out. Yeah, Trump's supposed to have a briefing today about the failed attempt of impeachment. So I don't know what that's about. He just said he's going to have a press conference. Basically, I think it's to brag about how much the Democrats waited the last 3 years of doing this just to get acquitted, not exonerated, acquitted. So it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. So I don't think that's really gonna have anything to do with the stock market. Could, but I don't think. He'll probably talk about how we're at all-time highs and stuff like that. But I don't think he's gonna say anything. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna talk about the China thing. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna talk about the trade war a little bit and China adjusting. But I don't think so. I think it's more of more publicity and for him to gearing up for his campaign in 2020. and that's probably like, look at what the Democrats did, blah blah blah. This is why you gotta vote for me in 2020. I think it's all campaign stuff. He's gonna say he's a good friend with China. I'm sure he is. I mean, I hope that the relationship between us and China is good. The two biggest economies, world powers. I would hope that they have good. You don't want any bad tensions. You don't want any bad intentions against any country. Really. What do you think of Uber? So, Nando, let's see, Uber. Yeah, I'm looking at Uber as well. Uber, I talked about last night, it's kind of mid-range right now, so it can go either way on earnings. So Uber reports earnings after close today. They rebounded, however, they've rebounded a bit. They dipped, but their Uber Eats business is doing really great, I guess. I think they still lose a lot. I think they still lose a lot of money, but they might have light. People may see light at the end of the tunnel if Uber Eats is doing well. So I'm gonna be examining this more a little bit today. If you're not in the Discord, join us in the Discord. We hang out there all day and we just talk about stocks and what we're gonna trade. I also post my trades, good, bad, whatever it is. I post my losses, I post my winners. People do as well. But Uber, I think right now mid-range at 36, 35, it can go either way. Right now it's at 37, so it can go either way here. Please check the call volume of VIX. Kelly, the only thing that I would say that would on VIX is people hedging against larger long positions. So be aware that VIX is often a tool to hedge your portfolio against. So let's see here, February 19th. So it doesn't mean that anything's going to happen per se. I mean, there's a lot of open interest, sure, on these calls. You guys can't see that, so it's like 118,000, 272,000. But you have to be mindful how many people are long right now. So they hedge their portfolios with this. So I kind of try to not understand, because the things that I do in my portfolio, you may not understand why I do certain things, and it possibly is to skirt around different losses that I have in my portfolio, right? So like if I'm right now I'm down one, you see I'm down 140 on Disney, but I'm actually down 40 on Disney because I already took profits from my credit spreads. So overall, it's now saying I'm down 140. And then you're going to be doing different things ahead. So if your entire portfolio is long, you're gonna use the tools. You're gonna use the tools at your disposal to hedge, right? Trevor, link is in the description to the Discord. It's in the description. So right now we're down a little bit on Qualcomm and Twitter. So we'll see. Anybody else notice that Disney's options don't open right at open? So Twitter, we're gonna see what happens, but we're gonna see what the option pricing is. I have till next week, so at this point, I don't even care on Twitter if I get assigned or whatever. We're just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold and see if we get some down days on it. Not too worried about it. I think my max loss on Twitter is 110. So we'll be good. We'll be good. Make some trades. So yeah, we're down about $100 right now on the day. We're up on NASDAQ. I don't know. Disney's still not open. Disney's still not open for business. Interesting. There you go. Twitter, almost 38 right now. Disney's at 142. Let's see here. Qualcomm 86. So that one's getting cut down. Yeah, Nasdaq is selling off. So I think it's gonna be an interesting day. Gonna trade slow, look for some good setups, see what happens. You know, I don't try to time the tops or try to time the bottoms. I just look for good entries. So we'll see what it do. So, you know, you guys stay safe, stay green, join the Discord. It's us versus herd.